All right, so let's start off with the discussion because enough of the pleasantries here.
Sure.
Because it's a big week for Clemson Tigers. DJ, all right, everybody wants to talk about DJ and Cade, and I have so many friends say, why don't we just move on? I'm here to tell you that Clemson players believe in DJ Uiagalelei, and I think that you should too. Now, I've said this over and over. I've done a YouTube video on it. We've done a show on it, and I feel like I have to keep coming back to it and reminding fans that DJU is the best option for Clemson going into this season. He is the starter for Clemson, and I have seen him with my own eyes that he has improved. Now, you know he's lost weight. Mm-hmm. You know he's gone to elite quarterback training. You know his teammates, like KJ Henry and Will Putnam, have said that he's getting better, that he's doing the things that a leader would do. But there's still doubters out there. Al, how do you feel about that? Going into this season, I'm kind of a guy, I'm like, hey, let's blank slate, start the year fresh, give the guy a chance, start over. Everybody deserves to not only earn their spot, like Dabo says, but also let's put the past in the past. Windshield mentality.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm with you 100%. I got to say, and I need to be very clear with this, I am not comparing DJ to this guy, but Joe Burrow was a trash quarterback until that last year. Okay.
Ohio State fans, where you at?
Then he became the best ever. So, it's kind of interesting to see, Clemson fans especially, not wanting to give DJ a chance or anything like that. I have a feeling, I'm hoping I'm wrong, but I have a feeling you might hear some groans from the crowd if he doesn't start out like he needs to against Georgia Tech. But hopefully, I think the weight is going to be a big deal if he's able to use his legs and make some plays, extend some plays, which he wasn't able to do last year. Let's be honest. He had a very rough year last year. Not all his fault. We've talked about that several times on the show as far as, the offensive line and wide receivers, play calling, et cetera. But, yeah, I'm windshield mentality guy as well. It's a new, fresh start. We're going to see what he can do, and I'm hoping he can work some magic.
DJ said about himself, I think I see a totally different guy. I think that guy is a lot better than from the last game against Georgia Tech. Someone that's gone through it, someone that's gotten a lot better throughout the offseason, through all the hard work that I put in. I definitely see a different quarterback. KJ Henry says it wasn't all on him. And the thing is, the locker room knows that. A lot of the fans don't know that. He's done a great job of taking the criticism on his chest. He's the leader you want to see in a quarterback. I mean, that has to give you confidence as a fan and some perspective on previous seasons. They still won 10 games. They still had a successful season as far as wins go. They didn't get to the playoffs. They didn't get to the ACC championship game. But again, windshield mentality if you're a fan. And windshield mentality, I'm going to go ahead and say that to the lunatic fringe out there. Windshield mentality means one bad pass, don't start groaning. I mean, everybody makes a mistake. One bad pass here and there. I do hope to see an improvement on last year's Georgia Tech game, and we will get into that further on into the show.
Sure. About
what we want to see in the Georgia Tech game. But I will say, I feel like there has to be, give the guy some rope, as they say.
Sure, absolutely. I totally agree. And look, we have a caller. I don't know if you see that. We have Rory calling in. You want to get to him real quick before we get to the break?
Yeah, let's go ahead and bring him in.
Time to bring him in.
Come on, Rory. Welcome in, Rory. This is the Morgan Thomas Show. What you got?
Morgan, how are you today? I heard you all day today on the radio, like from this morning till all day, and then we're back on tonight. I like it, Jack. You're a hard-working dude, baby.
I appreciate it. Thank you, man.
Hey, Morgan, I got two kind of quick questions for you. The first one, are you like me and seeing our defense just totally annihilate Georgia Tech and holding them down to barely getting nothing? I see a big player too, but I don't see him scoring many points.
I would tend to agree. I don't think that they're going to get more. I'm going to go ahead and give you a little hint on my end of the show prediction. I don't see more than one touchdown. I feel like that Georgia Tech is on a down and Clemson is on an up, and they have Clemson's defense has more depth than I've seen in years. And they're going to be able to rotate on that defensive line like it's like unprecedented rotation on the defensive line.
I agree wholeheartedly. You got like a guy like Roca Rubio, or however you say his name, coming in, and then the depth of defensive ends. Miles Murphy, Brian Brissy, some of them other cats, linebackers. I'm a little scared about the defensive backs. But if the front seven are good or front eight are good, it doesn't matter that much. Now, my second question for you, Morgan. Are you ready for this one?
Let's do it.
Aren't you a kind of a AEW fan?
Oh, see, now Alan gives me this look like it's coming because I knew, Rory, I knew it. I knew you were going to do it. Are you ready for All Out this weekend?
I'm not. I don't get to watch AEW. Of course, that's the minor leagues of professional wrestling behind the WWE.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. I know it's all phony. And everybody knows I know it's all phony. I'm the first one that says it. But I've loved that stuff for 50 years. And Morgan, anytime you want to go back on the way back machine and learn stuff about the old days of professional wrestling, love to talk to you. Thank you for taking my call. I appreciate you, Morgan.
Yeah, Roy, we really appreciate it. And that's what we love about 105.5 The Roar. That's what I love about The Roar is the fans that call in, the listeners that call in, that text in constantly from 6 a.m. all the way now to hopefully 8 p.m. I know you're probably distracted by some game that's on TV, whatever game that may be, but I love what The Roar has with local content, local people calling in and asking questions and just talking about things that we love, albeit not everybody loves Formula One, Al, and not everybody loves wrestling, but we get to talk about it. You don't get that from the big shows in LA, but you do get that here because we care. We care. We want to talk about things that you like. So again, yes, the defense I think is going to be great. Now, he mentioned one thing I wanted to get your thoughts on. Scared about the defensive backs that I did my Morgan ratings.
Right.
The defensive backs, a lot of green behind their ears, I guess. Is that how you say it? I don't know. They're new. They're fresh.
That's fair enough. No, I don't have any issues with the defensive backs. I don't think it's going to be as big a liability as some are anticipating them being. I mean, like he said, when the front seven is going to be that good, which I think most of the country believes that, I don't think it really matters. But I mean, even if the front seven wasn't that good, I have faith in those guys and Nate Wiggins and Sheridan Jones and the backside of that defense, Makuba as well. So I don't really have the issues of the heartburn that a lot of people are having over the secondary. I think it's going to be a solid defense all the way around.
Nobody really talks about the defense, and I think that's earned.
Sure.
I'm looking at my list of things to talk about tonight. I have like 25 things. You know how I am. I try to fit 25 things in 1 hour show.
Right.
Ben really needs to give me 2 hours. Hint, hint, Ben Milstead. But when you look at it, I have nothing about defense, really. I mean, is that unfair?
I would say it's very fair because the hot topics are what's going to happen with the offense. That's what we struggled with last year. That's where all the questions are going to be this year. So I don't think that's unfair at all. It's just we want to talk about the defense, but when the defense is just going to go out there and we think dominate, I mean, what's there to talk about? Right.
Now, let's talk about freshmen. Now, we have impact freshmen.
Yeah.
There are freshmen out there that are in the two deep. And there's only one on the defensive side of the ball that I found. Mm-hmm. But on freshman two deep, you have Cade Klubnik, quarterback. We assume that one, right? Blake Miller, right tackle, starting right tackle. That one was kind of a shocker to a lot of casual fans. If you're a diehard, you probably already kind of saw it coming.
Sure.
Antonio Williams, slot wide receiver behind Spector. Left guard, Colin Sadler, Bob Sadler's baby boy. I don't know if it's his baby boy, but it's his boy.
Yeah.
And he's definitely not a baby. He's a big man. But Bob Sadler's son there, Colin Sadler. And then linebacker, Wade Woodass. That's the only linebacker there. Now, Wes Goodwin says he's got the length, he's got the speed, he's got the change of direction, he's got everything you want in a linebacker. And so he's going to get that shot. Were you shocked by him being in the two deep?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we talk about the depth we have at linebacker and the athletes we have back there. I don't think Wade Woodaz was on really anybody's radar when it came into the season. So that's certainly good to hear, no doubt about it. But there's definitely some freshmen that are gonna play for Clemson. Hopefully, they play a lot on Monday night. We get to see them in action.
Now, we'll get into this after we come back from break. But my thought is everybody's talking about Cade Klubnik, DJU. The guy, and they're now talking about Blake Miller. But my guy, after watching scrimmage, Al, my guy, Dutch Fork, Mr. Dutch Fork,
sure.
Mr. Antonio Williams, slot wide receiver. they're not going to be able to keep him off the field. And we'll talk about that more and discuss the Georgia Tech game and our thoughts about the weekend after the break. This is the Morgan Thomas Show on 105.5 and 97.5 The Roar.